Hello folks and welcome to another daily Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Today, another day, yes, another day where Bitcoin is doing things where I say, okay, let us keep playing that game, why not, let us do it. Yeah, why not, let us do it. So I think it's very clear what's happening, and it matches to all. Many people will say that's food, because they are saying that since years regulation is coming. You can't ignore everything. It's not possible. It's not possible. You are right. They are saying that since a while, but times change. CBDC is just close around the corner. And I mean, I don't know if you missed that we have a World Government Summit in, I think it's Dubai, where Elon Musk also said something, and I completely agreed with him. And many people said just 10 years ago, that's just that's conspiracy, that's trash, nobody is going to create a world government. But Joe Biden said something in 2021, and a lot of people ignored that. He said the US is going to create a hub where we are going to track taxes involved to crypto globally. I mean, for all nations in the world, and we are going to report everything we know about their citizens to them. That was a clear message, guys. That was a clear message. So when Binance think, I don't like US regulation. Yeah, I'm going to leave. I don't like that. It's not going to work. It's absolutely not going to work. Because you need to make that. You has to meet their regulation framework, because it's not going to be completely different to the other regulation frameworks. Otherwise, money will shift from one nation to the other. And that's absolutely not their approach. And we see what's happening. For example, just related to Ukraine. The US is saying, yeah, we need to send tanks to Ukraine. And Germany saying, no way, we are not going to send any tanks to Ukraine. After a call with Joe Biden, Olaf Scholz saying, yes, well, you know what, we are going to send tanks to Ukraine. What do you think will happen with Canada after Binance and other crypto companies say, oh no, that's too heat, so I don't like what the ECC is going to do, so I'm going to leave the market? ECC will say, yeah, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But also the Canadian watchdogs will say, oh, no, I'm sorry, but you will not trade here as well. And the Europeans, mark my words, it will happen. They will say, oh, and we remember, I'm from Germany. Let me trade futures on Binance right now. Oh, I can't. Why not? You remember? Well, and that's the same case in the US. Just to say, I'm going to avoid the regulation pressure is not going to work. Short term, maybe. To take an exit. Yeah, maybe. That could be the case. But that's it. Short term means he will sell whatever he has and he will leave with billions in his account. But that's it. I'm warning since 2021 that regulation is coming in the US, and it will have consequences for the regulation in other countries as well. So it's absolutely not surprising us that the Dubai watchdogs are saying, hey, we don't like Monetary, we don't like Zcash. We are going to ban them. And now some people are saying, yeah, but Justin Sun and CZ, they have another option because Hong Kong watchdogs are saying they want to let retailers trade crypto again in mid-2024, but not. They will let you send an application to Hong Kong watchdogs in mid-2024. And do you think that the Chinese government is going to say, hey guys, don't worry, we are better than the US and Europe? You can do whatever you want. Yeah, like in the past. Let us pump the assets with thin air. Yes. No, it's not going to happen. Obviously not. Obviously not. And do you think Russia will do it? Russia is, since last year, bullish on crypto. Do you really think that Russia is going to say, hey, yeah, come everyone to us. We are going to close our eyes, our ears. Don't worry, do whatever you want. You want just money laundering? Of course, come here. Why do you think that some Russians are not making their money laundering in Russia? Did you think about? I have said so many times, I'm extremely bullish on crypto, guys. You don't know what's going to happen in the next years. But the next month, and maybe more, will be extremely painful. Let them push up the price with futures more, so you can absorb their risks. It's your decision. Don't say afterwards nobody told you. Don't cry and say that's a scam, that's a fraud, that's whatever. Like they did with FTX. After since 2021 I'm saying that FTX and Sam was a scammer. Over and over again. And it seems that CZ is not really different. I really thought he was, but he isn't. And we know that Justin Sun did some bad moves related to some communities in the past as well. These guys are not the crypto spirit. You are the crypto spirit. I'm the crypto spirit. We are those who are here spending our time because we believe in crypto. These guys, they don't care. They are making billions with that. That's the only reason why they care. But they don't care. We care. We people who are enjoying trades and making sometimes few $100 or maybe some thousands sometimes, but not millions or billions. That's the big difference. Don't ignore everything because you will pay the bill. Mark my words, you will pay the bill. We have so many red flags out there. We have so many. Not only related to crypto. As mentioned so many times, shadow banks underwater. Now Fed president saying, oh yeah, we should pace up the interest rate. And I think she's not even talking anymore about 5% in 2023. Because of course, economy is strong, labor market is strong, everything I have said already. Inflation is not declining because we are living in an economy where services are doing 60% of the whole economy. So if service inflation push up, obviously inflation is pushing up. It will not decline. It can decline, but we are not there. It will take time, and we will see, if not energy will rise up again and will neutralize the positive effects of services then. That's, step by step, we need to check what the markets do and adapt what markets are doing. What crypto is doing, pushing up with futures. And people say, no, it was spot driven. Bullshit was that. That was bullshit. That was a future pump. That's it. Exit liquidity. Can they go to 28K? Yes. They can even make 50K in 3 weeks. Pushing while they can unload and sell into these artificially with futures created FOMO pumps. Because that's the only reason because of it. I'm saying that since months, and I'm tired. I'm really tired because I'm repeating it. That's like a loop, and sometimes I'm sitting here and saying, Inspo, you need a new story because it's so boring. But then I'm on Twitter and reading and say, oh my God, how many times do you need to say that? How many? Holy, tell me, how many? And I don't know. But at the end of the day, if they are going to kick your ass, it was your fault. It wasn't the fault of the market. It wasn't the fault of the crypto space. It was your fault. Because a lot of people, I'm not talking about me, a lot of people on Twitter is yelling, be careful, red flags over everywhere. Be careful. And people, moon, yeah, that's the beginning of a bull run. And you say, oh my God, yeah, they deserve it. Whales are right. It's so easy to trap them. It is what it is. And that does mean that you should trade the market. But take a look around you. Just to trade the market and to trade profit, it's not everything. I mean, you need to cash out, and I guess you want to use this money maybe later on for make different investments or pay your bills or whatever. So the first phase is to trade. The second phase is to take profit. And the third phase is to take this money out of the crypto circulation. So be careful. Now let us go and talk about what's happening to the market. If we can figure out what's going to happen this weekend, casino weekend. Let us see. So then let us check what the wealth ratio is doing. Absolutely nothing. It's not doing anything. We are still above of 52, and look what they are doing. Why? Tell me why. Oh God, that could be an indicator for whales are selling. How is that possible? Yeah, nothing have changed. Absolutely nothing. Wealth ratio 30 days moving average maintains really high at the moment. Once again, it bounced here. It seems they are pushing up once again at 48 yesterday. So I think it will decline a little bit more, but we need to see what's going to happen afterwards, right? So let us take a look what's happening in the wealth ratio 30 hours moving average. Well, I mean, after we have seen those two dump, and I have said, hey, we will go up, and we did it. Okay, we did it. Even more than I thought. I thought maybe 24 or something, and we went up even more. Afterwards, a nice distribution, and now they are pushing up a little bit more up. But if we take a look here, it's absolutely clear that the sell pressure is rising. And yeah, we will see how far. At the moment at 88. If we take a look to the wealth ratio 30 hours moving average, It went down while the price went up, and it's now up while the price is declining. So also here, perfect indicator in telling us what's happening in the market at the moment. So they are right now once again pushing up, selling or sending more Bitcoins to centralized exchanges. The stablecoin reserves didn't change a lot. As you can see, it maintains a level, lift up a little bit more, but that's absolutely it. If we take a look, for example, to the net flow related to Bitcoins that went to centralized exchanges, we can see almost neutral. From this day, midday, afterwards, but not big at all. I mean, 1,000 net flow here, 600 Bitcoin here. So it looks we are getting more, but that's it. That's absolutely nothing big. So let us go to the next chapter. So if we take a look here, for example, we see indeed, so absolutely nothing big. We had just, before they started, before we reached our local top here between 24,500 and 25, they started to sell more, to send more Bitcoins. The maximum was, for example, here 2,000, a little bit more than 2,000 Bitcoins at once. So it's fine. It's not big compared to other months, but as I say, it's not necessary, you know. So that's the main point, and that's something we need to have in mind. It's not necessary to send a lot of Bitcoins if you know you want a higher and upper price, but you know you will affect the price. If you are going to sell everything, it's going to push down the price. That's not your goal. So it makes sense what they are doing. Also here, for example, I'm missing the big outflow, but maybe it happens once again, you know, just to make the FOMO complete, and people will say, look, I have said institutionals buying 20,000 Bitcoins at once. It happened in the past. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I can imagine. So because I'm missing here a lot of volume to the outflows. However, yeah. So since here, for example, it was 14th before we went up, we have received, and at the same time we had bigger outflows of stablecoins, and after that, nothing, flat, absolutely flat. Nothing happened anymore. So let us go to the next one. So funding rate up, down, and a little bit up, a little bit, nothing big. Open interest did exactly the same, up, down, up. And leverage ratio, let me see, leverage ratio was here, up, down, up, more down, and up. That's what's happening. So the leverage ratio, as you can see, looks really like they used extremely high leverage to push up the price. Here, while the price went up, you know, and once again here as well, for example, and while the price was pushing up, so they closed and then they open again, and that's what they are doing. Since then, everything is fine again. They stopped. They did triggered once again FOMO. Thank you very much for playing. That's it. If we take a look now to stablecoins related to derivative exchanges, exactly the same. We had here big flow activity, I mean in and out flow, and if we take a look here, for example, it looks like, yeah, nothing. Even here, for example, someone took profit, big one, 2,800 Bitcoins at once. Afterwards here, someone sent almost 3,700 Bitcoins, but at the same time, yeah, exactly the same amount in outflow. So I think that was a quick operation, and that's it. let us go forward, and wow, look the funding rate. Yeah, I look that. I mean, look that. That's crazy. That's really crazy. That's really crazy. It's even higher than last time when we pushed up more. That's really crazy. At the same time, open interest, it maintains a positive trend, but however, up and down because a little bit pump and dump. So they liquidated, of course, longs afterwards, and leverage ratio is declining at the moment. It was lifting up and now it's declining. That's the aggregated one, by the way. If we take a look, so we liquidated, just for example, that was 2 days ago. So Wednesday, we liquidated almost 3,000 Bitcoins and shorts and 200 Bitcoins and longs. And yesterday we liquidated 1,700 Bitcoins and longs and 1,600 Bitcoins in shorts. That's crazy. That's really crazy. But of course, they pushed up even more. Nobody was expecting that. Afterwards, they liquidated the longs. So, well, Binance, nothing to see here. And let us see. Well, now longs are taking over once again because, hey, we did our correction already. More next. That's what they are expecting. However, it looks healthier because we have here 59 to 49, so it's absolutely fine, and here 49 to 51, absolutely fine as well. On Bitfinex, shorts declined and longs are coming even more harder, indicating here 2.5 billions already. So you remember the max we had just in 2022, that was in the beginning of 2022, was 2.7 billion. So we are 150 millions away from it. Let us take a look what is happening related to the Kingfisher. And let us take a look here, the all leverage, and wow. 60 millions, yeah, declined once again. So could also indicate they liquidated a lot, and that's why we have less liquidation positions, but maybe also some people said, okay, we are done. However, high leverage, I think we need to see, but of course, I mean, if they want to make money with liquidations, it's obvious they need to go down. Absolutely. So let us go forward and check their high leverage. Okay. So to liquidate the high leverage, we need to push up more, hitting 24,600, 24,700. I think we did it already. No, not yet, but that should happen next. And we will see. We will see. However, it looks completely different, but it's obvious if they want to liquidate high leverage, we need to push up more. At least here, once again, also matches to what I have showed you related to the funding rate and leverage ratio, where I said they use high leverage positions to move the price up because they need less liquidity. Because they use the leverage for that. So if they are using high leverage, and I'm talking about 80, maybe even 100 or something, you can only do that if you know nobody can crash your party. Because if they push the price down by $100, it's over. But of course, I mean, if they are spending few millions and they are creating a notional volume of few hundred millions, why not? It would make sense. However, 60 millions, I think it was yesterday, 25 now. So a lot of high leverage positions are gone already. Let us go to the next chapter. So then let us see here, for example, what's happening. Let me check and make the 30 minutes chart. And well, I mean, At the moment, we see that they are pushing up a little bit more with USD. That's fiat. If we take a look, you will see that's only complete fiat. Then a little bit, of course, as well with BUSD. So 100, almost 200 millions, 80 millions in CBD. That's not big. And I would say even the same in fiat. And then we have here, for example, BTC USDT on Binance. We don't have the aggregated here, and even on Binance, for example, 530. Yeah, it's the same. So we are not talking about anything big, and even futures. Let me see, almost 2 billions. Yeah, 240 millions. However, still much more than spot in CBD. If we take a look here, for example, now we have the aggregated. That's the aggregated. Everything is selected. And you can see that since we started here, we can check 50 millions, and now we are so almost 70 millions. I would say compared to futures, not that bad. I'm really not that bad. And once again, a lot is coming from Binance, it seems. That's the BTC BUSD. Let us take a look there, BTC USDT, and yes, so it once again they are using more BUSD. And yeah, so they are not really declining. They declined, as you can see. They took profit, I guess, and went short at the same time, and so they did another profit there. Bitfinex, also interesting what they did here. It's very, very interesting what they did, because someone sold big. Oh yeah, big. I mean, for Bitfinex, 800 bitcoins in CBD, it's big. And then someone did the opposite. Okay. So someone sold and Tether both. Okay, then Bybit not doing anything, nothing big here. If we check Coinbase, they distributed very well. Now also pushing up, but also here, it's okay, but nothing big. Bitstamp, nothing. Kraken, nothing. At least they are not distributing. And look, Gemini is only up right now, just buying. It's fine. So let us go forward and check what entities are doing. So, well, let us start with retailers. They are not rising anymore, so they are declining at the moment. Here as well, they are pushing up a little bit. These guys are now declining. We know them. They prefer to, market maker lifting up a little bit, but nothing big. These guys declining. Usually, they shifted once again to the downside, and these guys not doing anything since a while. So the last time they sold or declined at least was between February 9th and February 10th. Now let us take a look, for example, just to stablecoins, if we can find anything really interesting. Oh, yeah, that's here. For example, let us start with February 13th. And yeah, BUSD changed, absolutely changed. They took profit here twice big, and afterwards it's only blue, almost no yellow anymore. So BUSD is dying. BUSD is dying. You can see that supply on exchanges is declining, total supply is declining. So yeah. And then they say, yeah, then we leave the US market. Yeah, the US market is one of the main driver of the crypto market. If you leave the US market, you have a problem. Now some people would say, yeah, but Binance US will keep there. And why do you think is Binance saying they will leave? Because Binance US doesn't have any volume. So if we take a look, for example, here, USDT. Oh, that's interesting. So the main driver of the recent lifting up, it's not big, 70 millions. And you can see they took profit here, 57 millions after they declined. So then they started once again to profit here, 24.7 millions again. Afterwards they received 24 millions. Then we received another 80 millions and they took profit again and sent 24 millions out while 23 millions in. So at the moment Tether also very active. USDC pushing up. We received here another 79 millions. We received here another 34 millions, and they are already talking of a crackdown of even USDC. That's crazy. That's really crazy. I really thought that USDC is really regulated, and I really even thought that they had such kind of agreement with ECC, but it seems I was wrong. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the political agenda, or the Fed saying, who cares about stablecoins? We don't need stablecoins. And if that's the case, don't ask me, hey, Inspo, what stablecoins would you recommend? What is safe? At the moment, only fiat. So at the moment, the best you can do, and it's hard to tell you that, but the best you can trade is some pairs with USD or euros. Or whatever. Your national currency could be also interesting. But stablecoins at the moment, I don't know. I would be careful. However, I'm not trading, so I'm just saying that for you. I don't care if you say, no, I don't care, I love Tether. Yeah, then go for Tether, why not? So that's it from here. We can take a look. Once again, a market maker is sending some Bitcoins, nothing big. So in the last few hours, maybe 400, almost 800 Bitcoins. Some stable coins came in, so of course the price is lifting up, while at the same time we see that funds are selling more and more while the price is going up more. And nobody can explain me that. Nobody can explain me why, when Bitcoin price is lifting up, the demand should go up. But then funds, ETFs and so on wouldn't sell their Bitcoins. It wouldn't make sense, because when the demand is increasing, their premium goes up. That's their cash cow. But they are doing exactly the opposite. And nobody can tell me that. And you are ignoring it. That's also fine. When I'm saying you, I'm not saying you. I'm saying the mass, the crypto space. The crypto space flipped to a lot of bullish. I know that many of my followers, at least those who respect my opinion and my analysis, they are saying just, okay, I don't agree with your opinion, but your data, it doesn't look bullish. I don't care, and I'm going to ignore every stupid comment like, I don't know why, but I'm just bullish. Well, then just I don't care. Yeah, that's fine for me. Be bullish. We need you. We need you. We need even more people like you. If you're bullish, the whole game will stop quicker, because they can unload, take the exit, and the market will just go down. That's it. The only thing I would like to have then is a video how when the market goes down, to see your face how it's melting down then. But that's the only thing. That's really, I mean, people think I'm anti-crypto. I'm not anti-crypto. I'm spending my time with crypto. I'm spending my money. I'm investing in crypto. Not in tokens, in infrastructure, in the future, not in the present. That's the only thing. I'm different to you. Don't try to convince others, it's with a perma-bear. Inspo saying since 2021 that the market have changed. And I wasn't wrong. It changed a lot. You are wrong because you are ignoring every single red flag. That's the only thing. You say, I love crypto, you hate crypto. No, I love crypto maybe even more than you. Because I believe in crypto. You are using crypto to make profit, benefit, to make your quick trade and, I don't know, to spend your money then with... But I'm not. I will make me dependent on crypto. That's a big difference. And many people don't get that. And many people, maybe they don't have the intellectual capacity to understand that. That's absolutely fine. But I'm not going to spend my time or to waste my time replying to these guys. Because it doesn't make sense for me. Really not. Absolutely not. It's happening again. It's happening again. More futures than spot, price up. More futures than spot, price up. More spot than futures, distribution. Yeah, it's everything there. Open your eyes. That's the only thing you need to do. Open your eyes. And that's it. Let us go forward. So on Coinbase right now, as you can see, they are shifting a little bit. Here they placed a new wall at 30k, but nothing big. So the last big one was at 25k. You remember I have mentioned this 25k wall since a while, really since a while. And I said, I don't think we can go to 25k, but maybe, and yeah, they did it. They did it. So at the moment, they are here protecting a little bit, so around 22,800 and 23k on Coinbase. And if we take a look here, they removed all the walls here, and it seems they are shifting now everything between 20,000 and 21. So let us go forward. Bitstamp, let us take a look what Bitstamp is doing. So let me see. And Bitstamp now waiting here at 25,200 and also 26. And of course, I mean that when the price is pushing up more and more and more, they will try to sell in an upper price. However, also here, everything below 21,700 is well protected. Binance, BTC, USDT. I can take out this one. 23 well protected, 21.8 well protected. They are taking out here some walls, and instead everything between 21,800 something there. However, also 25,300. A lot of liquidity waiting here. If we take a look more to the upside, also nothing, absolutely nothing. You can see they started to send more bitcoins to this order. They triggered everything. Afterwards, okay, we're done. Let us go down, take profit, and now step by step start again. That's what they are doing. Binance, BTC, BUSD, looking again, waiting at 25k. Taking a look to the upside, we see 29.5, indicating, well, if it worked with 25, let us try with 29. If they are using futures, why not? Let us go to 30k. Yeah, I mean, everything is possible. Not saying it's going to happen. We need to check the market day by day, but it would be possible. If they need that to take the exit, as soon as nobody is making anything, just, when the sell pressure is not that big that could crash their party, they will do it, I guess. Bitfinex also here waiting at 25,300 at the moment, and 29, all that part here, they remove the wall here right now, really waiting at 25,300. So let us take a look. Also here's the POC at the moment, 21,800, and everything also well protected below of 21,800. OKEX spot, nothing. Kraken here waiting at 27.3 and 22.8. Bybit BTC USD, Bybit BTC USDT, nothing. Bitmax not doing anything, only waiting here at 22,500, and also waiting here at 25. So many are expecting, let us go a little bit more up, hitting 25 for example. So shorts, and longs only waiting here big, at least at 23,200, otherwise everything at 20,000. BTC BUSD perp, nothing, absolutely nothing. Bitfinex derivatives waiting at 25.5 and 25.6, and that's it. Otherwise protecting, or at least waiting for a nice big long at 23.3. Kraken futures, nothing. OKEX futures, nothing. And Deribit, also here, for example, they removed the wall here. Now they have a wall at 28k. That's so crazy. That's really so crazy. And that's it. That's really it. And just protecting still 19.8. And that's it, guys.